So, hey everyone, now today I kind of want to talk about how you should deal with a job. What I mean is, in case you're working in the back, kind of like in the kitchen, kind of like Arby's or whatever, right? Or kind of like any place that no one can see the workers in the back cooking, but like stuff like that, right? Kind of like any rib place. Now, of how I do with things is this: keep a cool head. Don't forget about how many orders you get. That's what I learned. It helps to not to freak out saying, oh, we got like this many orders left. You get that many orders left. Basically, basically, you get 1, 2 orders is fine. If you have a word in like 7 or 8, could be no problem. But don't freak out about that. It's most easy way you could get so uneasy and overwhelmed. uh, it can be overwhelming at times for a lot of that stuff. You bite you, and you're like, ooh, I should have waited for that. And you could have messed up that order. For me, yeah, I have some experience for that from today's. So, yeah. And be prepared for the next few orders. Now, this one's mixed bag also, because you could have the shortest orders possible. You can have someone order, I don't know, like 3 items for like one person. Or you could have like 5 items for like 2 people. Stuff like that, it's the most easy thing. It's like having your meals prepped. Like, think about it, you're at home and you're sitting there like, oh, I have chicken in the freezer. Let me get it out and defrost it. You have chicken now. Kind of like that. But it's in front of you, already warm and stuff like that is fine. Sometimes you gotta cook it a little bit. Stuff like that. And with me, I learned to be like, oh, we ran out of this or that. You know what you do? You go to who you say, hey, can you get some more of this? We're getting low on it. Kind of like that. Can you say, can you give me more of this? Or can you get another bag of that? Or item that you need. Say, oh yeah, hey, we're low on this item. Can you get another pan of it? Or in particular, being like, oh, hey, can you get another item that we need because we're low on it, or we're low on chicken, whatever it is, right? Because when you run out of the item, you could be screwed. We have never done that before from my own part of it. We're like, oh, hey, we need more of this. And I'll go and get it. And when it was Super Bowl Sunday, we had a lot of one item. And I had to refill it 3 times that night. Guess what? I'm like, okay, I'll do it. So then I refilled it. More of the same item will go through. Guess what? Oh, hey, can refill this again. Stuff like that. We knew what was going to happen because it was Super Bowl Sunday. And we all know the Super Bowl Sunday is a lot of wings, burgers. It depends on what it is you're having for Super Bowl Sunday. I don't really understand football. I'll be for real. And now, when it comes to the overwhelming part, I talked about it before in the beginning of the video. You could be overwhelmed by like 7 orders. Yeah, I'm recording this really late. It's 2 already, and don't have to work tomorrow, but Friday I do. So yeah. Um, being overwhelmed with a lot of stuff. So let's say, for example, I'll use for today, for example, actually. So today I was in the kitchen, like I always am, and basically we had, I think, 2 or 3 orders. Now my coworker, he was doing some of the dishes because we had a lot of them. And he was like, "Hey, can you do this area?" I'm putting it in front of me because guess what? It was in front of me. And I said, "Yeah, sure, I got it." And and obviously, I was a little cocky. Now, this is where I would say never be cocky for the first time. It could bite you in the butt. It's never easy, but like, oh yeah, I got this. Trust me, that gonna rear-end you like a car. Kind of did, and then like in the last minute or two, kind of like rear-end me in the ass about that part. And we had, well, it was me for the timing. Um, we had, I mean, for me, I had like two orders. Yeah, that was done. That was easy. Their order was a little overwhelming, but not that bad. But when it came to the fourth order, so they wanted three items. They wanted a slaw, they wanted beans, and they wanted onion rings. Now, I didn't know what to do. You can see where it kind of comes into play, where it kind of bit me right there. Because how am I going to fit three items on a small plate? Now, you will say you couldn't. And you're right about that part. You can't. There's no way you could. It'd be like a round plate, kind of like a bigger plate that people normally use. But since we're in restaurants, we really don't have that. It depends on which one you go to. And I put the meat right there on top, like in front of it. So I didn't grab the right small pan to say, okay, here's the rings. Now, my manager, when I gave the order to the guys, said, "Oh, hey, here's the order, take it." And now the manager was like, "Oh, hey, so the customer said that the rings touched the meat, and said that they wanted new onion rings." Which I understood that part because I wasn't interested either. I don't like onion rings in general, so yeah. And what happened was the manager was like, "Oh, hey, the kid is overwhelmed here." I'm like, "Yeah, I was, but I could never show that part because honestly, just because you're overwhelmed with something does not mean shite. You be overwhelmed, you cannot show it because it could be the most difficult pain thing in the world." And honestly, it did bite me in that one, and my coworker did help me about it, and he was like, "Yeah, can you get this for me?" So he helped me with the rest of the day. So I was there until closing, and so it's he. So whatever now. And that's how it went. So we got through the orders, and we got through the night. So it was the easiest thing. So that's what I mean. You get overwhelmed, and you could be more careful because some of these kitchens are so small. You give like to like one or two people because you have someone pointing this way, that way, this way. I mean, like oh, this person does this thing. This person, the one behind you, and their back is to yours, is doing one thing, and that person on the other side of your left or right is doing their thing, and they're like, "Oh, hey, can you do these for me on there, or can you fry this thing, or whatever it is?" Right? That's how it really is, but not where I work because we had, I think, because it was Sunday, we had like two managers there. Technically one, but eh. She and pretty much she said, "Hey, I need you here, and you here." Basically, kind of saying, "Okay, I need one person to do this job, and this job." Makes sense because she knows what she's doing. She's been there longer than I have, and we all did our dimensions. We did our jobs, so that's how it worked. So what you gotta do is simple: keep a cool head, be confident, shout it out. When the food's done, say, "Okay, food up," and boom. Never get overwhelmed. And if you're overwhelmed, breathe in and go down. like that. And that's how you get through these jobs, in particular like that, because they can be very stressful and overwhelming. And if you want more stuff like this, which it kind of shows of how fast of a learner that you could be when it comes to jobs like this. Now, I wish I could teach you more, and I want to, but the thing is, it depends on how far I could go with that because I really couldn't go that far with how I could say this stuff. So I hope you guys like the video, subscribe, and whatever else. So yeah, peace out.